Last Saturday, the residents of Burlington took part in a nationwide protest. The event was the March for Science, an annual event held to raise awareness for the importance of science in our society. People gathered outside of the Royal Tyler Theater at the University of Vermont. The crowd was impressive, filling the entire area to the brim. Many were already holding signs of protest and taking part in chanting and song.
Science is good for you and me.
The rain and wind made for a chilly combination, but there was a burning passion coming from the crowd. The estimated size of that crowd was around 500 people. There were people of all ages present with the same goal of bringing awareness.
It matters because I don't think the world's going to survive if you keep ignoring, especially climate science or any kind of science. I mean, it's why we're here. It's why we're going to stay here. We have to rely on facts, and facts often come from scientists.
Shortly after everyone gathered, the organizers introduced the event and spoke briefly about safety. After that, the March for Science began. Protesters were led by a marching band down the street. The scale of the crowd was apparent as they made their way to lakefront. The mass of people covered multiple blocks at a time. People were also on the sidewalk showing support. There were many interesting sights along the way. It seemed like every fifth person had come up with an interesting costume or was carrying a humorous sign. Despite this, there was still an overlying serious tone.
It's a big part of my life, and I think that I'm concerned with the sort of direction things are going in terms of opportunities for scientists, especially for women, hence my sign, and also funding for science, which has been decreasing over time.
After a good 30 minutes of marching through the street, protesters made it to their destination, the waterfront park located near the lake and the Echo Aquarium. Set up in the park was a tent and microphone where multiple scientists and advocates and enthusiasts of science spoke to the protesters.
Because each thing we try, even if it doesn't work out exactly the way we thought it would, we learned and we grew and we were a little bit less scared to try something the next time.
The crowd absolutely loved what the speakers had to say. It was easy to see why, as their speeches were impactful, heartfelt, and of course, factual.
Well, I think the Science March really is an opportunity to really shine a bright light on how important science is to really guide policy.
After the speakers were finished, they were played off by a band called Robots. The event was a point of passion for many, not just in Burlington, but around the world, wherever the marches were held.